Tonight, Monday Night Raw airs from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, once again inside the WWE Thunderdome. We have a lot announced for tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Of course, it's the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw as we have Clash of Champions Gold Rush, because everything needs a tagline. Clash of Champions Gold Rush this Sunday on the WWE Network. So we're going to talk about a match announced and advertised for tonight's show. It's the Triple Threat Tag Team match. You have the team of Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio going up against Seth Rollins and Murphy, going up against the team of Andrade and Angel Garza. The winner faces the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships at Clash of Champions. So it's interesting. Of course, as I mentioned, this is going to be setting up the challengers for the Street Profits Raw Tag Team Championships at Clash of Champions. It's going to be determined in a triple threat tag team match. I don't think it's a triple threat elimination tag. Whatever I can see, I can't see that anywhere. It's interesting that Dominic Mysterio, of course, is teaming up with Humberto Carrillo. It's one of his family's closest allies in the feud with Seth Rollins over the summer. Humberto Carrillo just got the howl basically kicked out of him by Seth Rollins and Murphy throughout the summer. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get some form of retribution. It'll be interesting to see if Murphy and Rollins are on the same page, as will be if Andrade and Angel Garza are on the same page. I don't think Zelina Vega is going to be with them either, considering she kind of threw her hands up in the air last week and said, you two go at it alone. And she, of course, challenged Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. So it looks like we're going to get Asuka versus Zelina Vega at Clash of Champions 2. Now, when this match was announced, I must say, I can't really do a good example of my reaction to it because it was more of a sigh. It was just, because to me, when I see this match, this is just a perfect example of the bad shape that the tag team division is in right now in WWE. You look at the teams in this match, two of these teams have already split up. Seth Rollins and Murphy, they split up last week, and they've split actually a couple of weeks ago. Andrade and Garza, I'm pretty sure they've split up about 5 million times now. And the other tag team, Dominic Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo, they've never tagged before in their life. They're just a thrown-together tag team. At this point, just unify the titles. Just unify the titles. Because tag team wrestling is just... It's non-existent in WWE. Now, in fairness to the Dominic Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo tag team, I'm assuming that tag team was meant to be Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. That makes a lot of sense. It just has to be, right? And to be fair, this is something that I said several weeks ago. Once the Mysterio family versus Seth Rollins feud was over, now it looks like it is, the Mysterios should team up and face off against the Street Profits, Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, for the Tag Team Championships. Put the title on them. Lord knows the Street Profits need challenges. They really, really do. But of course, life gets in the way, and Seth Rollins tore his triceps. He's out for a while. Tricep injuries at his age, I don't want to speculate, but possibly between 6 to 9 months. I mean, Edge is on the shelf for 9 months, and he tore his back in, June? So who's to say Rey Mysterio will be any different? So obviously with Rey out injured, and I'm assuming Rey is going to be at ringside once again, Humberto Carrillo goes into Rey Mysterio's spot there. And it's not the same. Obviously it's not the same. It's not Dominic Mysterio teaming up with his father. They can't do the whole father-son win the tag team championships together. Has that ever happened in WWE? You can tell me if it has in the comment section below, but they can't do that story, so Humberto goes into that spot. But realistically, what else is Dominic Mysterio going to do now? After this Seth Rollins feud, there aren't many guys for him to face. So I think maybe this is the right deal. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen Dominic Mysterio and his father team up, but it can't happen because of the injury. And now obviously Seth Rollins beat Dominic at SummerSlam and on Raw. Was it the following night on Raw? I think it was the following night on Raw, and then on Raw In Your Face last week in a steel cage. And if you watched the preview last week here on the channel, I thought maybe Dominic would win last week with Murphy costing him the match. But Seth Rollins won, and to be honest, looking back on it, and every time that Seth Rollins has defeated Dominic Mysterio in their 3 matches, it's always been the right call for Seth Rollins to win. And I know some people are a bit upset by this. Oh, Dominic, he's being buried. He's losing every time to Seth Rollins. He's not being buried, not in the slightest. Seth Rollins is a 4-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Dominic Mysterio is 23 years old and he's had like 5 or 6 matches in WWE. He shouldn't be beating Seth Rollins, not at all. In fact, him just being able to hang in there and nearly beat Seth Rollins, if anything, that puts Dominic Mysterio over. So I think, in fairness and credit to WWE, they've got that call right every single time. Plus, Dominic, he's got 2 pinfalls on Murphy, so I think he's doing just fine. Now, as far as Seth Rollins and Murphy, you go back to Payback. Murphy took the pin in that match, where it was the tag team match of Murphy and Rollins against both the Mysterios, and he accidentally kicked Seth Rollins in that match. After that, he was excommunicated by Seth Rollins. Then you had the Mysterios. Every single member of the Mysterio family, Ray, Aaliyah, Angie, and Dominic, attacked Murphy with kendo sticks a couple of weeks ago on Raw. That embarrassed Rollins even more, just through proxy, that one of his previous disciples was getting embarrassed in the middle of the ring. And then last week, before his steel cage match against Dominic, Seth Rollins tells Murphy, stay away, stay away. He doesn't. He slaps the hell out of him backstage. Murphy still gets involved. I think he messed up a spot where he slammed the door into the head of Seth Rollins. Now, of course, Seth Rollins still won the match. Support for WrestleNews 365 is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Now, Manscaped, for all of my UK fans out there, Manscaped just launched in the UK. Over here in the United Kingdom, we have gone for years and years and years without using the right tools for the job. But now you can be one of the first men in England to experience their life-changing product. But it's not just limited to all of the great fans over here in the UK. This offer goes worldwide, so all of my friends over in America and around the world that are listening to this offer still does apply for you. You can still use our code. But I've got to tell you a quick story first. Now, there have been so many times, right? I'm a guy. You gotta groom down there, fellas, right? That's the most important thing. You gotta keep yourself trimmed. You gotta keep yourself proper. And a lot of the time, I've been guilty of this, of using the wrong tools for the job. I've had incidences, I'm not afraid to say it, where things have been nicked, snagged, or in fact cut down there because I wasn't being careful enough and using the right equipment. Now that just shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. You don't want to be worrying about cutting yourself down there. Do you know how painful that is? I can tell you, it hurts quite a lot. And I wish and hope to God it never happens to me again, and it won't happen to me ever again because I'm using Manscaped products. That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team has perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created. Big statement, but it's absolutely true. They have just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK. It's also available around the world as well. Their 3rd generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. So those cuts and snags that I was telling you about before are a thing of the past. And let me tell you, when I tell you this is premium, I mean premium. The battery will last up to 90 minutes so you can get a longer, perfect shave. And not only that, you don't want to be cutting yourself and trimming yourself all over the bathroom, getting hair all over the place. That's just disgusting. The lawnmower has a waterproof technology that allows you to groom in the shower, so no more mess. And one of the coolest features, one of my favorite features about the lawnmower is the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer and more precise trimming experience. So you can shave longer, you can shave more precisely, and you can shave in the shower. What more did I need to tell you? They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology, and let's not forget about the charging stand. You can show off your mower loud and proud because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. So, if you are listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Let's get that bush to tush clean, and you can get 20% off and free shipping. Yeah, you heard me right there. 20% off and free shipping. All you have to do is use the code 365wrestle at manscaped.com. Make your testies their besties. That's 20% off and free shipping. Not only are you getting 20% off, you're getting free shipping as well with the code 365wrestle at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code 365wrestle. Your balls will thank you. But Rollins wasn't happy because after the match he beat the hell out of Murphy on the outside. You even had Aaliyah Mysterio show some compassion there to Murphy before entering the ring to look after her brother and check her brother's condition. Now, some people speculated this could be a romance angle, and I do see that. But now that I've had a week to think about it, I don't think that's the direction that they were going in for that. The more I think about it, I think Aaliyah showing some compassion to Murphy after the attack, I think that was just meant to be a proxy that makes the viewer at home sympathize for Murphy. I think if you're seeing this innocent young woman, show some sympathy for this guy, and after whatever this guy's done to her brother, she can still show this compassion because the beating was that bad by Seth Rollins. I think then, as a viewer at home, you're meant to go, man, I feel sorry for Murphy. I didn't agree with what he's done, but does he deserve that? So I think that's what that was there. Of course, I'm not sure, but that's the message I got from it. So it would appear that Murphy is turning babyface at some point. But the question is, why has he just been put back in a team with Rollins when they're obviously not together? I mean, I understand that Murphy is going to play up this loyal disciple. He will do anything to get back under the wing of Seth Rollins. But it's dumb. Why would Rollins want to team with him anyway? Unless Rollins just walks out because I'm not going to team with you. I beat the hell out of you last week. I've told you, get away from me. So maybe that's the case when it comes to Seth Rollins here. But it's just dumb. It's just dumb. And then speaking of dumb, we've got Andrade and Angel Garza. They're not a tag team. They're not a tag team. They haven't been a tag team on Raw for weeks. Angel Garza turned his back on Andrade weeks ago. They've been fighting backstage. They've been abandoning each other. To be honest, they've been dysfunctional and arguing since, July? August? We're nearly, 2/3 through of September at this point. It's done. It's overplayed. Get over it. Let them do their own thing. Just every week. This is part of the problem sometimes with Raw is, if you were to turn on Raw some weeks, if you put it this way, I'll try and do the best analogy. You watch Raw 3 weeks ago, and then you watch it 3 weeks later, you would think, am I watching a repeat? Because a lot of this looks, I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. They put the wrong tape in or something like that, because you see the same things over and over again, whether it's the same matches, or it's the same pairings, or the same storylines, all of it. We've seen Andrade and Angel Garza. Of course, they were attached to the hip because of the Zelina Vega thing, but the whole arguing dysfunctional tag team, they've been doing it for months, and they're not even a tag team, yet they're still in a tag team. How are they even have the opportunity to become number one contenders? What about their recent performances have said they should be number one contenders? Nothing. It's been going on for months. It's done. It's overplayed. And then, I guess in general, you just have to look at the tag team division in WWE as a general, not just on Monday Night Raw, but in general. And without sugarcoating it, it really is a shambles. It really, really is a shambles. You've got Andrade and Angel Garza, who were previously a tag team, they've split up. You've got Murphy and Rollins, they were tag team champions, they've split up. You've got Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, they were a tag team, they've just been split up. You've got Ivar of the Viking Raiders out hurt, and he's just had neck surgery, so who knows how long he'll be out for, so they're essentially split up for the time being. What other tag teams are left? Seriously. Maybe you could have two of the Hurt Business be a tag team. Dominic and Humberto are a team now, I guess, even though they're not really a tag team. They're just singles guys thrown together, which I absolutely hate. And we've seen the Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Andrade about 10 million times since March. That was the feud heading into WrestleMania in March and April. We are nearly 2/3 the way through September. 6 months later, and potentially we're still going to see Angel Garza versus Andrade. Still, 6 months. I never want to see that match again. No disservice and no disrespect to the guys in there, but we've seen it every single week. Every single week. And it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And you have to question WWE's care for tag team wrestling. And I know every week on TV at the moment we're hearing the Street Profits, they're the longest reigning Raw Tag Team Champions in WWE history. Well, no wonder. No wonder. Yeah, because they've had no opponents. The tag team division is dead. It sucks. It's just not good. And it's the same with SmackDown. The division is dead. We have Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party at Clash of Champions. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I can barely contain my excitement. And even NXT has been bitten by the tag team bug in WWE because NXT is the same too. We've seen Breezango versus Imperium like 5 times now on NXT. And it's dull. It's dull. And no disrespect to the tag teams because I like them both, but you can only see something so many times. You can only see Flair Steamboat so many times before you go, okay. If I saw Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat, it would be great. It would be absolutely great. If I saw it like 7 weeks in a row, I'd be going, come on, there's other guys. And it's the same with this tag team division. But the reason they have to do it, the reason they have to repeat and do the same matches is because there aren't tag teams. There aren't any tag teams, and if they are, they get split up after 5 seconds. NXT used to have a great tag team division. Think of the tag teams that have come out of NXT. DIY, The Revival, AOP, American Alpha, even the Street Profits. Now they've got nothing either. And there just seems to me like there's a lack of care for tag team wrestling, and it goes right through WWE at this point. And for me, this is nothing new. This is nothing new because it's been like that for years. That's why the Revival left. They saw it. Tag team wrestling was never meant to be in the main event. It was never a major program. It was just one of those things that they have on the show. It will never be at the level of AEW. AEW has the best tag team division in the world by far. I mean, it's outrageous the amount of tag teams they have on their roster. It's incredible. And even Impact Wrestling's tag team division. You've got the Good Brothers, Motor City Machine Guns, The North. Any three would go straight into the WWE tag team division, be right at the top. The irony being, WWE released the Good Brothers, and they could do with them on Raw. They could do with a tag team on Raw. The irony there. But I don't think the WWE tag team division, quite frankly, is ever going to compete with AEW's tag team division, because you look at history and it just shows that it's not a priority. It's just not a priority. So if it were me, what I would like them to do, I would like them to do the same thing that they do with the women's tag team titles. Survivor Series we've got coming up in November, a couple of months' time. The last few years it's been Raw vs. SmackDown. Last year it was Raw, SmackDown and NXT. When you have the tag team champions of all three brands facing off, so at the moment it would be the Street Profits, Cesaro, Nakamura and Breezango, make it a unification match. Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. Winner becomes the WWE Tag Team Champions, and then the same with the females. You can appear on Raw, SmackDown and NXT. At least then you open up the tag team division a bit. It makes the titles feel a bit more special. You can get new titles, get rid of those shiny pennies because they're terrible too. And actually have NXT stars get involved on Raw and SmackDown, or have Raw and SmackDown stars get involved in NXT. Maybe they'll even pop a rating. Just have a bit of synergy. Because when I look at this match here on Raw, when I look at Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and Murphy versus Andrade and Angel Garza, this match to me just encapsulates everything that's wrong with the tag team division right now in WWE. They're not tag teams, they're singles people put together, and they're just splitting up. That's what happens. That's just what happens here. But of course, as always, this is just one man's opinion. What are your thoughts on this triple threat tag team number one contender match tonight on Monday Night Raw? Let me know your predictions and thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be sure to respond and reply to all of your comments. If you've enjoyed this video, smash a like on the like button too. Really just help us out here on YouTube, got the rankings and get into people's recommendation feeds. And most importantly, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to Wrestle News 365. You can do that by clicking the bottom right hand corner of the screen right now, or if you wait a few seconds, there'll be a subscribe button at the end of this video along with another video for you to watch. Thank you very much for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.